Hello everyone, it's time for story time with Miss Beth. So sit yourself down, get comfortable and find somewhere nice and quiet to sit and listen or read along. So I only have 4 votes on if we should carry on reading The Huntress or if we should read the BFG. So when I've had a few more votes on that, I'll be able to decide. At the moment the BFG is winning. If you want people to vote, you have to make sure that they do. So, this book is a gorgeous book. It's one of my favourite, purely because of the illustrations. Now, given all the lessons that we've had lately, this is definitely an illustrated book, and you'll be able to see why soon. So this book is called The Tin Forest. It's written by Helen Ward, and I know that the illustrator is Wayne Anderson. And tin, if you're not sure, like your cans of pop, cans of Coke or lemonade or whatever, they are made out of tin. So tin is like aluminium, it's a type of metal. All right, so they've dedicated this book to Mike, Lulu and James. That beautiful bird. Do you know what that kind of bird is? It's a toucan, I believe. All right. There was once a wide, wind-swept place, near nowhere and close to forgotten, that was filled with all the things that no one wanted. Right in the middle was a small house with small windows that looked out on other people's rubbish and bad weather. Looks like awful weather. What's this weather here now? Got all the rubbish on the ground. In the house lived an old man. Every day he tried to tidy away the rubbish, sifting and sorting, burning and burying. Look at that old man's house. And you see where the only patches of colour in his house are that picture of that toucan, that bird, the fire and the book. I wonder why they're the only patches with colour. And every night the old man dreamed. He dreamed he lived in a jungle full of wild forest animals. There were colourful birds, tropical trees, exotic flowers, toucans, tree frogs and tigers. Look at how his bedroom is all grey. And then the closer you get, the further it goes into that dream. Look how bright and colourful it is. Can you find all those animals? Where are the tropical flowers? The toucans, tree frogs. Where are the tigers? But when he awoke, his world outside was still the same. How does he look there? What do you think he's feeling? One day, something caught the old man's eye, and an idea planted itself in his head. Ooh. What's he got in his hand there? Broken bulb. Look at the detail and the wrinkles in that man's fingers. These illustrations beautiful. The light shining off of his glasses. I wonder what his idea might be. The idea grew roots and sprouted. Feeding on the rubbish, it grew leaves. It grew branches. It grew bigger and bigger. What's he building there? Is it really feeding on the rubbish? Is it growing? Do ideas grow? Maybe we could say it's a metaphor. Under the old man's hand, a forest emerged, a forest appeared, emerged. A forest made of rubbish, a forest made of tin. It was not the forest of his dreams, but it was a forest just the same. Wonder all the different kinds of animals you could see here. Challenge you to that. So, you can pause the video here and count how many different creatures you can see. I can see at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different kinds of creatures. I wonder what you will find. Maybe you could leave me a comment. Then one day, across the wind-swept plain, the wind swept a small bird. The old man spilled crumbs from his sandwiches onto the ground. The bird ate the crumbs and perched to sing in the branches of a tin tree. But the next morning the visitor was gone. All day the old man walked through the silence, and his heart ached with emptiness. Does your heart actually ache? It might feel like it does. That's a metaphor, isn't it? You can't ache with emptiness. You feel lonely. That night, by moonlight, he made a wish. In the morning, the old man woke to the sound of birdsong. The visitor had returned, and with him his mate. So we've got the boy and the girl birds here now. The birds dropped seeds from their beaks, and soon green shoots broke through the earth. Wow, look what he's finally getting now. Time passed. Soon the song of birds mingled with the buzzing of insects, the rustle of leaves. Small creatures appeared, creeping amongst the jungle of trees. Wild animals slipped through the green shadows. Again, you can pause this video now. Have a little look at all the different things that you can see. And this is the tin forest now. Can you see even more? Tell me when you can find the little monkey. See how we have tin creatures and real life creatures. How can you tell the difference? There was once a forest near nowhere and close to forgotten, that was filled with all the things that everyone wanted. And in the middle was a small house and an old man who had toucans, tree frogs, and tigers in his garden. Isn't that lovely? Okay, and I'm going to leave you there on that last page. Let me know what you think of this story.